My buddy Barry is about to give you the secrets to how he's landed hundreds of gas station cleanings, from who to talk to, how to approach them, and the things to say to give yourself the advantage over your competition so that we can start landing these types of jobs. And if you stick around until the end, Barry's going to tell you how he met one contact that got him a 100 location contract cleaning properties in 4 different states. And if you want to watch the full interview that I did with Barry where he breaks down how he makes $1,000 a day cleaning gas stations, check out the first link in the comment section and the description. But if you're looking to start a pressure washing business and you're not sure what chemicals to use, how to mix them, how to clean every surface on a residential job site, property protection, or how to set up your equipment, check out the How to Wash course. It'll be the first link in the comment section and the description. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this one. Barry, how do we land these types of jobs? So we kind of covered, a lot of the bits and pieces on how we do them. Any particulars you can give us with regards to landing these?
Absolutely. So once again, I'll go back to boots on the ground. I've never put any money into marketing. It's always been boots on the ground, and one referrals led to another. Because a lot of these guys that owns gas stations, they're all friends with each other. So you get into one good graces, and you get to know all of them. It opens up so much opportunity. So I actually just go in, and I used to just speak to the manager, but now I actually speak to corporate. I go to the corporate. I put a proposal together. I'll submit a proposal explaining showing that we're insured, we have workman's comp, we have general liability, we have 10 years experience, or whatever your experience is, 1 year, 2 years, whatever it is. We list all that, we show them what we're able to provide, and we don't put a bid together, we put a proposal to be able to submit to get an opportunity to quote it. But we already know when we're putting the proposal in how many gas stations. We've done our research. We do data scraping. We'll get on there. We'll get a service, and we'll pay to learn all this information out, which is for another video. It's a whole nother rabbit hole, and we'll be able to figure out how many locations are. We can get anything from their emails to their phone numbers, and we can reach out to them. So when we go in there and we knock on the corporate door, we come in and we meet with the COO or the director. You always want to meet with probably at least a regional manager or somebody that's over, like the facility manager is a good person to start with. But we always go in there knowing their business. We build that rapport and relationship. We know they got 12 locations. We know where they're located. We know how big they are. We've already done that homework. People will say, well, that's a lot of work to not know if you're going to get the job. But, you're only one answer away from a home run, So if you do that work 9 times out of 10 or 8 times out of 10, you're going to get that contract because they're going to know that you're invested in what they do.
I love that mentality, Barry. The other thing is kind of that delayed gratification a little bit. Like people, they want to walk right in and they want to go, hey, I want to clean your gas station. And the person to go, you got it. Come on, get it clean right now.
Right.
But it's that thinking about it from a way of who's at the top, who do I ultimately need to contact, and devising a plan and a strategy and knowing what you're talking about, knowing their needs, and then bringing them a solution for their needs is ultimately what kind of sets you apart from everybody else, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And once you've done once you got one contract, that's your portfolio. I mean, that's a big part. You can go to any gas station or any restaurant or anything you've done, and you can present yourself and say, look, this is what I'm doing. This is my before and after pictures, and this is the work we do. We work with these big companies, Shell, British Petroleum, Chevron, Exxon, Chevrolet, General Motors. We work with all those companies. So whenever you work with one of those, chances are the other ones will want to work with you as well,
So it's a networking opportunity, and that's a whole other skill within itself. So you guys who want to just go in there and land a job, it's like, okay, well, you need a lot of different skills. I think a lot of times people want just a pill that they could take, show me where to put the ad spin,
right.
Who do I talk to? But it's a lot more than that. I want to bring this question in, Barry, because I think it's relevant. I keep running into gas stations and they tell me that I have to go through their corporate office in order to work for them. Is this something you run into? So this is pretty much what we just talked about, right? You got to go deeper. You got to go deeper than just, running in there. You got to have a little bit more of a plan and a little bit of a strategy.
Once you get your foot in the door with the company, and I've had other people that I won't mention, we're friends in the industry that have went to the places I work, and they'll tell them flat out, we work with Little's Pressure Washing. We've been with them. So it's a loyalty thing that once you are in with them, they're going to keep you in their good graces. You do a great job. You got nothing to worry about. You just keep building your portfolio from their own.
This is something I just talked about with Mike as well. It's like it's the same thing with residential customers, right? If you get on a residential customer's property and you do a good job for them, what do they want? They want to keep bringing you back in because they don't want to bring in a whole bunch of other contractors. They don't want to fill out all the paperwork that's associated with that, or to take a chance on somebody else. They want to bring in one person that does a host of different services and then get them to continue to service the property. Has that been kind of what you found, Barry?
That's been exactly, and referrals been amazing. I was doing a gas station one time, and the manager from a restaurant came over and asked me if I would quote their restaurant. I ended up landing 100 locations just from that. So I went over there and I first got 20. And then all of a sudden I got, they wanted to give me 200, but it was 4 states. So I only chose to take half the company, which was 100 locations. They had 200 locations. So just seeing me working and with referral, one to another, to another, to another. My whole business was built on referrals and doing a good job, boots on the ground. I mean, it may not work for a lot, but I tell you, you can't go wrong with being sincere, and people will know when you're sincere. If you just, you're not there just to get their money. You're there to give them a service and make their job easier, because they have secret shoppers, they have health inspectors, they have all that they don't want to deal with. They want to make sure they pass. So you want to make sure they're passed. Everybody's happy. It's a big working relationship.
And then the other thing is you talk about this guy right here. He probably is running to a bunch of gas stations and they say, oh, we got to contact corporate. You're one person away. Barry was one guy away from 100 locations. Like, how crazy is that to think about? You put yourself in the right spot and the right opportunity because you did the work on another job to land it. And then here comes this restaurant guy and he goes, here, Barry, I have 20 locations. You contact somebody else, here's 100. You know what I'm saying? We're planting seeds. Like, you might not see the fruits of the labor today or tomorrow or, a month from now, but you don't know what's coming around the corner. Wouldn't you say so, Barry?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now I don't just do the stores. I do the owners' houses. I do their rental properties. And they know people, and, it's just a big network. It's a big network. I've been blessed, to be able to be as successful as I am just from having that, nothing to lose approach. Only thing they can do is tell no, so get out there and just outwork. Like, I believe when I got that big contract, I believe I had been working. Matter of fact, I'd been working all day and all night long, and it was like 4 o'clock. The lady was coming in to open the restaurant at 4 a.m, and she seen me just getting done, and that's when she reached out to me. And then one thing led to another, and I had 100 locations, between 4 states just from that one contract.
Right. But it's one of those invisible things. It's like the compounding effect of all the marketing and all the people you had to talk to before that and all the things you had to learn in order to put yourself in a position in order to land the 100 different locations.